Hey guys, what's up? So it's the 1st November today. It's my first day being home after Japan and I feel absolutely dead. That was the longest journey ever yesterday. I left Japan at like 8:30 for the first flight to Beijing. Got there about 20 to 12 Beijing time. Had to wait 2.5 hours and then I boarded the plane there at 2:30 Beijing time and I got back to London Heathrow at like, I don't know, 10 to 6. No, 10 to 5 to 5. I got back last night. And then I had to wait for, my suitcase. I thought my suitcase got lost because I was there for like half an hour. It hadn't turned up and I thought, great. Lost all my stuff. Lost everything I bought. Literally, it was one of the last ones to turn up. So I was like, oh, shit. So that was good. And then it took me like 1.5 to 2 hours to get home from Heathrow last night. Because by the time I got back there, it was like rush hour traffic. And I was like, oh, I'm back in England now, aren't I? Yes, I got back about 8:30 last night. Saw my housemates. Bought them some stuff that I gave to them, had a little catch up. And it was like just a case of unpacking and stuff and sorting out my washing because I got so much washing I got to do. Joys are going away. And then it was like, I had a cup of tea because this is how English I am. I was over there, I had tea over there and it was like, it was nice because it was a different kind of tea, but I got home and I was like, oh, I'm really craving a cup of tea. So that's the first thing I did last night. Bloody glorious, so nice. And then I must have conked out about, I don't know, midnight. So I thought if I go to bed too early, I'm not going to sleep. But literally, bam, as soon as I hit the pillow, I was like, night night. Oh, best sleep ever though. And then this morning, I've just like sorted out my washing, boring stuff. Picked this hoodie up. I got from the Sidemen website. It's a mini mint, this is a cool hoodie. I wanted this one for a while. So I couldn't sleep one morning because like Tuesday morning in Tokyo, I was going through the internet. Saw the hoodie was there and I went, I'm gonna buy this, bought it, and then I picked it up from the post office this morning. Yeah, so I thought this video today, I'm just gonna show you some of the stuff I bought and then just talk about some of the things I like got to do over there. It would be cool to do like a debriefing video if you like, because the video I uploaded before this was my vlog. It showed all the stuff I got up to and saw when I was out there, because I really got to see some cool stuff out there. Yeah, so I left London the 22nd of October. I got there the 23rd of October, like to Haneda Airport, because the time difference, it pushes forward 8 hours, sorry. Got confused because obviously the clocks ran back in England on the Sunday, so the times were over the place. But yeah, so I got to my hotel at like, I don't know, 10 o'clock Wednesday night, Japanese local time. I was just completely gassed out. I was so tired. Like, I literally checked in, paid the hotel, got to me capsule room, which was pretty cool, nice little bunk. And the plan was put my stuff down, go out, get food, and then I made the rookie mistake of just falling asleep. I must have woke up at like, I don't know, 1:30 Thursday morning, and I was like, oh, I should not have done that. I just basically went to bed, or tried to. Thing is, I never adjusted to the Japanese time over there, so every time I tried to sleep, I was maybe doing 1.5 to 2 hours max. I mean, there was some nights I was staying up for 24 hours straight, which I'm surprised I'm still alive, because I must have had like, I don't know, maybe 10 hours sleep in the 7 days I was over there. It was ridiculous. I just couldn't sleep, and with the capsule rooms I had like this freaking Snorlax motherfucker next to me that, oh my god, the snoring was so loud. I tried everything, earplugs with my headphones on, nah, nothing. So every day I just felt like absolutely shattered. The first day I really explored anything was on my actual birthday on the 25th, which was the Friday, as I planned to on the Thursday, and I was just absolutely shattered. I must have slept most of the day. Went out for a walk in the evening, get dinner, but that was about it. So the first thing I did, if you've seen the vlog, was I went to Senjukuji Temple, gravesite of the 47 Ronin, like the Samurai Warriors. That was really cool, actually. That wasn't something that was on my original itinerary, and I was in this group on Facebook called like Japan Travel Planning, and someone like posted it, and I thought, oh, I didn't know that was there. So I went there early Friday morning. I got there at 8:30, and I was the only one there, and it was like absolutely chucking down rain, which kind of added to the atmosphere a little bit. So I just like started walking around the temple and stuff, and they had like, in the middle there was like this like well thing, and then at the back was like another big building. If you've seen the vlog, I'll post a link in the description below. There was like another big building at the back, and then there was like a little small incense burner on the right. So like you put like 100 yen in, you got to like light some incense, just lay it down, like as a show of respect. And then as you were sort of walk around the courtyards, if you went right, there's like this stairway. So you walk up the stairs, and then there's another set of stairs, and as you walk up there, that's the actual graveyard site of the 47 Ronin. And there was all these different shaped ones. Like there was 2 unique graves, which was like I think it was the 2 captains of the Ronin. like from the different sides they were fighting for. And then there's, on the other side of that, there was like another big grave. I think that was, I don't know if that was the Lord that committed seppuku or who they were fighting for. And then they had the smaller graves around, which was obviously all the Ronin. So I walked around there. It was really weird because like, obviously it's a place of respect. But I was walking around it, and you know, you're in a place and you're like, wow, this is quite, I can't describe the feeling of it, if I'm being honest, because I was walking around and I love like my history and stuff, a bit of a history buff, but yeah, I was just walking around and stuff. It had such an impact though, because like there was like some wooden like swords as well that was on the grave, like made of bamboo. And I was just walking around there and I was just like, oh, this is quite surreal, this. Yeah, I think even I was a bit like unaware of the full story. Where it was raining, it added this kind of cool atmosphere to it as well. I spent my time, like I just walked around, looked at each grave and stuff, and then it was a very unusual experience that I didn't think I was going to have on this trip. One of the, I suppose he was the caretaker there, he had like a little shop there, and you can see I was walking around, so like he lit some incense for me and was like, oh, do you want to go lay on the graves? I was like, yeah, of course. Like, so I did that. He gave me like, it was in this little wooden tray and like loads of incense. I basically laid it on like the graves, which was a really cool thing to do. I didn't expect to be able to do that. There's just so many graves though. Like, you say 47, you're like, oh, you know, 47, it's not many, but when you actually see it up close, you're like, holy hell, that's a lot of graves. And it was like, there was a cool little garden bit as well, and like a little like fountain bit as well. It's well preserved and maintained. Like, gotta give it to the Japanese, like they do know how to respect things. There was 2 museums there. So as you walked in, there was a museum on the left which showed like 3 short films. It basically shows the history of the 47 Ronin, what started the feud, how the actual building, like the actual main building of the temple, it was moved from another location to where it is in Senjukuji now. I didn't know that. That was done in like the Edo period, so that was really interesting. And then once the films were finished, like there's a room you walk in. It's like a little circle bit basically. So yeah, as you walked in like this part of the museum, there's like a massive tapestry on the wall, and it sort of showcased like 8 different parts of the, I don't know if it was, oh, I get this right, I can't remember if it was for the actual Ronin or if it was for the I think it was the Lords actually, yeah. I think it was 8 aspects of the Lord's life, and it must have been like, oh god, what, 4 foot by 4 foot. It was literally like, it covered a whole wall. It was ridiculous. We weren't allowed to take pictures or videos, so obviously, you know, I'm a visitor in the country, I was going to respect the, you know, the customs and that. You just look up at it, it was like, holy hell, this is massive. So that was cool to see. And then as you walk around, there was like maps and documents, armor, and then next to that you walk around and then there's another like case, and there was like the 2 captains basically, and it also showed like things they did for like food, and there was also this document in a little case on its own, and it was basically like a receipt for a head of the lord or one of the captains that got killed. Part of the story goes was they decapitated this lord, I think it was, they held it ransom, and then they had to get a document from the other side before they could send the head back, before they could lay him to rest, which was laid to rest in the grave at the temple. And then the museum across from this one, literally one room, it went round, but it was basically models of each of the 47 Ronin. And these models, they must have been about this big. Like, they were huge. And it starts from basically the lower ranking ones, goes round to like the higher ranking ones. And it had like, each one had like a bio. It had like their name, age, the role there was in the Ronin, what age they were killed, how much they earned. It was just, I wish I could have taken pictures to show you, but like, yeah, the models were massive and they've been so well detailed and maintained, and it was just cool to actually see them like in person. And each room looked different, but yeah, that was a really cool museum. It was just like to be able to see like from the documentation side to the actual visceral side to see what they look like. That was really cool. Can't remember what she was now. It was worth doing because, you know, you're there, you might as well take it all in. So I did the museums, walked around, took some more photos, and like obviously in the vlog you'll see I talked about it there as well. But yeah, the rain definitely added to the atmosphere. Quite a rewarding experience. Didn't think it was gonna have that much of an impact. And then I don't know if he was a monk or something, but like there was like these 2 guys that were like praying and stuff, and they did speak a bit of English. Like the language barrier wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, and they was like, oh, do you want to pray with us? So say I'm not a religious person, but I thought, oh, you know, yeah, cool, I'll give this a go. So I just like got to like pray with them in front of like a big building at the back. That was really cool. That was one of the highlights of the trip, I think, because the samurai are like well renowned and respected in Japan, and to be able to like dive in that part of the history was like really insightful, and I learned a lot more than I knew before I got there. So once I did that, I then went to Akihabara, Nerd Heaven. Always wanted to go there. You guys know I'm a nerdy person. Oh mate, I was taken back by it. I was like, holy crap. I didn't know where to go because I got off the train and it's like shops within shops within shops. There's arcades within the shops, then you walk through this tunnel and there's just another row of shops, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's ridiculous. I must have missed out half of it because I didn't know what to do there. I just started off walking around a few shops. I went to like this, it was like a 9th-floor bookstore that had like manga, everything. Walked in there, bought some manga in there for me and like for some souvenirs for people. And then I walked through like this tunnel that took you out to another set of shops. Honestly, it was like, I knew there was a lot of shops in Akihabara, but I was not prepared for how many shops. Like, because you walk through, I'm like, oh, cool. But then, if you was to keep going, like, that way, there was more shops. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I went to, Super Potato, I went there. There was a lot of cool model shops. I actually bought a model because when I went there on my birthday, I didn't really buy much. It was more to sort of explore the area and just to get myself familiar with the trains, because with the Japanese subway, it's kind of similar in the colour coding, but you have to make sure you know where you're going. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous because that's a given. If you know the exact station you've got to get to, it just makes your life whole much easier. It was more about getting myself familiar with the trains. But yeah, I walked around it and I was just like, dude, this is insane. Like, there's so many shops, clothing shops, like gadget shops. Oh mate, there's so much there. But yeah, I went to a few model shops, walked around. Gundam, oh wow, if you love Gundam, you've got to go Akihabara. There's literally cases of Gundams everywhere. If I had more room in my case, I probably would have bought one because they were just, oh mate, that was something else. I must have spent about 3-4 hours in Akihabara. I mean, I was completely soaked at this point, absolutely drenched because of the rain. So I was a bit like, oh, I need new clothes, but yeah, I walked around, explored it, and then I went to the Skytree after, like Tokyo Skytree. I must have picked the worst day to do it though. Got on the subway, got to the Skytree, and as you get in, there's like 7 floors, and each floor's got like shops, restaurants, food bits. The 4th floor was where you got into the Skytree, so I bought my ticket before, all prepared. But because of how shite the weather was, I couldn't see anything at the top of the Skytree. I kind of wish I maybe did it on another day now, but I thought, well, I've made the trip now, I might as well like do it so it's done. So I didn't really get to see the view because it was so foggy and cloudy. I was like, ah, why? I just picked a bad day. There was cool stuff in the Skytree, like There's a lot of different exhibits in there. There was a room that had all these mirrors and it looked like there was about 4 or 5 versions of you. Like the floor changed colour and stuff, so that was pretty cool. And it was just like they had all different like bits on the wall about the history of the Skytree, what it is, what it serves for. I went all the way to the top again. Couldn't really see anything because it was so foggy, and I was like, ah. I probably should have done it on like the Tuesday, to be fair, because when you buy it, you have 7 days to use the ticket from when you buy it. But I was like, I'm here now, I might as well do it, because each day I had a set day to do things anyway. Bought some souvenirs in the shop. Yeah, and then I went back to the hotel then. It wasn't too bad because the train's like, I think it was like, I don't know, not even a 10-minute journey to get back to where I was staying. So that was my birthday. The weekend, which was 26th and 27th, was a complete write-off. Obviously it's typhoon season in Japan at the moment, and there was torrential rain. I waited for trains to go to places and the trains weren't turning up, and I was like, I'm not gonna, because where I stayed I had to get on a train to go anywhere because I wasn't within walking distance of where I wanted to go. So I was like, okay, right. So the weekend was a bit of a write-off, and it bummed me out a bit because I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do. Because my plan was I was going to go to the Team Lab Borderless Museum, the exhibit. I couldn't get there, so I lost the money on that, which is a bit of a letdown. I couldn't rebook it either. Wanted to go to Nakano Broadway shopping, didn't get to go there. Yeah, those 2 days, I was so bummed out. It was like, it got to the point I was even looking at flights to come home early, but it was just like, right, okay. Monday 28th, I got to do the Tokyo Tower and the One Piece Museum, which actually saved the trip, I think. I was just feeling so bummed out because I had 2 days where I literally did nothing. I just stayed in the hotel, walked around Asakusa, and that was about it. In the tower, you got the One Piece Museum as well. So I was like, what do I do first? Naturally, I did the geeky stuff first. So I did the One Piece Museum first. My God, guys, honestly, I knew One Piece was big in Japan, but holy hell, I did not expect them to have a museum like that. I knew it was going to be epic, but wow, I think it was like 3 floors, and within one of the floors, there's like a One Piece like theme park where they have all these rides and themed restaurants. And it was dope. Like, I love One Piece, but I love it even more now and appreciate it way more than what I did before I did it. Pre-booked me tickets and then I just picked them up when I got there. Queued up because like you go in sort of like waves. So as you walk in through the first door, it's like a room, like a circular room. There's a platform in the middle you stand on. And then like there's like an animation that plays, and then you have all the like the Straw Hat Pirates talking, and then door opens, walk through, and then as you walk through, like you'll see this on the vlog as well. There's like a model of like the Thousand Sunny, like the ship that the Straw Hats have, and like some cool like rockery background, like flashing and stuff. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then walk past there, and then on the wall, like that side, it basically had all the Straw Hats like wanted posters and like their bounties, which I took pictures of as well. That was dope. And then opposite to that, there was like this massive sculpture of all of them, like all the Straw Hats. So like you had like Chopper, Usopp, Nami and Luffy, and then you had Robin that was sitting between them at the back, and then you had like Sanji and Zoro that were like squaring off head to head, which looked dope. Then you had Brook playing the guitar and Frankie was on his own, like doing his super thing. The sculptures were so cool, and then like now and again there would like be some flashing light display and like the lights were changing, look a little disco. Oh mate, that was so cool, like because the detail on the models were unreal. Like I was like, Jesus, they've really captured all of them well. Like Luffy had a bit of meat, Usopp had a drink, Sanji had his trap food, and Zoro was ready to draw his sword. Chopper was like dancing, and Nami and Robin were just, you know, being them. Brook had his guitar, and Frankie had all his modifications on his body. I was like, this is sick. And then there was a little shop there, so I had to wander around there, bought some bits in there, go up the escalator, which was the One Piece theme park. There was like, it was Frankie's restaurant that was there, which was pretty cool. So I had like some corn dog thing, Frankie's cola, which tasted the absolute nuts. Like, you think Coke tastes the same, but this one was way different to the Coke we have in the UK. And that was just like, oh, this is so nice, this is lush. And then go up to the final floor, and like, it was like another bit of the museum. So you walk through and there's like TV playing. It's basically the history of One Piece from the inception, the anime, to current day. So it shows all the key arcs, that was about 5 minutes long. So I watched that, walk round there, and there's all this artwork on the walls, like the early days of Ichiro, just designs for the characters, the model sheets, timeline maps. Literally, there was so much stuff there, like it was unreal. And then there was a case with all these different One Piece models, like seeing all the Straw Hats, Blackbeard, Teach, the generals were there, Marines were there, like there was so many. And then you walk around a bit more, come to like another room, walk in that room, it's got all the posters from every One Piece film from when it started to the new one that's coming out. So I got to look at that, and there was like a massive wall bit that had all the concept art for the new One Piece film. So I was like, this is dope. Before that room, there was like a model of Ace, like obviously, spoiler alert if you've not read or seen One Piece, like Ace gets killed, and it was like the image of him like cuffed and bound before he gets killed. And that model was like crazy. I was like, that's cool. And then you walk around into the next room past where the posters were, and then you had like Law, there was a model of Law sitting down, and then as you walk back round to get to the escalator, there was like just more like artwork of One Piece from like all the like the Navy to the pirates and to everyone like that they've ever faced. To see so much dedication and like love for One Piece, oh mate, it was like, I liked it before, but now I feel way more of a fan that I've actually been there and seen it all. Got to the bottom floor, I went to the One Piece shop and I bought like some souvenirs. Like I bought stuff for me and I bought stuff for one of my friends who's a massive One Piece fan. Then I was like, cool, right, I'm hungry now. So no, don't lie, didn't eat first. I did Tokyo Tower before I ate. So I did the One Piece bit. I was in there for like 4 hours again, because I was just like taken aback by it. So then I got the lift to do the Tokyo Tower. So there was like 2 bits. So you got like the bottom bit, which is kind of like not as high. So I walked around there and then went to the very top. And as you walk through like the lift, like anime playing on the glass, which are really cool. And it goes all the way around and you get to see Tokyo from like the highest point of the tower. Mate, the view, like I can't even describe the view. It was unreal. Because obviously at night, Tokyo looks amazing anyway. Just to see the city that high and to just look out and see all the lights of the buildings and the architecture, it was completely worth it. Like the view was just ridiculous. It was one of those moments where you just look at it and you just think that makes a trip worth it, just to be able to see the city from this high and really take it all in. This is what it's about. You know, you go somewhere and you have like an expectation of what to see on a trip. Well, I was just looking out at the city and I was like, yeah, this is what I've paid all this money and come all this way to see, like things like this. It was just like one of those like pinch me moments. It was really like, oh shit. So that was cool. I wasn't up there as long because obviously you couldn't really do a lot apart from like look out and just like take pictures and that. No, it was cool to see the city from that high and see the views of it. Because like from where I was, you could see the Sky Tree, and then you can see like some other iconic Japanese buildings. So that was really cool. I was up there about, I don't know, hour and a half maybe, and then I went back down.